Hey guys, first off, I wanted to give you guys a little tutorial about how to use the dashboard in collections. So I want you to get to this page. For those of you who are smart and bookmarked it like I asked you to, you should be able to get right here. But for those who are not, go ahead and go to mypuhsd.org, and then for you, a bunch of icons will pop up. Click on the one that says HMH, Hold Online Learning. Once you click there, this web link will pop up, and then go ahead and click on that. All right. And at some point along that path, you'll have to sign in. But once you click my web link, you should get to something that looks like this. All right. Now, first off, let's take a look at the dashboard. If you notice, there's My Resources up here, and there's a couple of the different buttons or pictures you can click on. All right. For the most part, you'll be using Student eBook a lot, and you'll be using My Notebooks. All right. We'll eventually get to these other ones as well, but for right now, it's that first one and the last one you'll be using. And that's up here in My Resources. And if you scroll down, you'll notice that there's another one that says My Assignments. And there's already an assignment posted here, which we'll get to that a little later. All right. But notice with the assignments, you can see what it's called. This one's called Boat Terms. We started it on November 1st, or could have accessed it November 1st. And down here, there's a due date. It's due November 10th. Now, when you click on details, it will say a couple of things: if it's timed, if you can pause it, if you can view assignments, or score test. Now, for this particular one, it's a simple assignment, so none of this stuff is necessary. And then here, there'll be a little note. This is something that I actually typed up. So for this assignment, you'll be reading the instructions here and completing the assignment. So this is where you will find your assignments. Now, coming back up here to My Resources, this is the ebook, and you'll be spending a lot of time in the ebook. So when you click here, in fact, I actually want you guys to make sure you get to this point. So if you've just been watching the video and not doing anything else, please open up another tab and get to this point so you can follow along with what I'm doing in the video. So when you click on Student eBook, it'll take you to the eBook. Now in the eBook, it might take you to the last page you were on, or it might take you, since you never opened it, into the front cover. So this is the front cover here. Now, this ebook is actually really, really cool to use. It's a textbook, but there's a lot of cool features to it. Like right here, you can click on the contents, and you can go right to the first collections that we're doing. We're talking about bold actions. And just by clicking there and going to the collection opener, or Rogue Wave, which is a story we'll be reading, it'll take you right to that moment. All right, so that's one way to get to where you need to get to. Another way is coming up right up here where there's a little picture of a book. You can go to page whatever. Oh, Mr. Massio said it's on page 2, so I type in page 2, hit return, and boom, I go to page 2. All right. Resources we'll get to later. Bookmarks are cool. If you know that we're going to be reading this story a lot, in the top right here, you can just click to bookmark it. All right, and then if you want to unbookmark it, unbookmark it. And whatever you have bookmarked will show up here where it says bookmarks. Notes are really, really cool. For some of you guys' assignments, I'll have you guys go through and actually make some notes. And this one, it's similar to Study Sync. I think it's a little easier than Study Sync. You just highlight something, and then you can add a note. And when you click add a note, I'm just going to highlight this one word. This little window will pop up here on the left, and it shows you the words you highlighted, and you can highlight it in different colors. Notice how it changes the color over here. Also, you can underline it in that color. So when we do our marking the text, you can do it this way. Also, you can now circle the word. So when I say, oh, go through and circle this word or that word, you can go through and do that just by clicking over here where it says notes, and then you can see all your notes there. So, and then if you don't want to do it, you can always just click out of it and then delete it. Deleting is actually down here, which the video can't see, but it's down there. There's a button that says delete, which I'll do right now. All right. I'll say, do you want to? Yeah, delete that. So for some assignments, I'll have you go through and highlight and mark anything. And just like StudySync, I can see everything you guys highlight and mark. I can check all your guys' books and see what you've highlighted. Come down here is page view. This you can do whatever way you like. So there's a couple different ways to do it. This one's pretty cool if you want to look at it like a regular book. And then you can always make the text a little bigger by dragging this over. I think you got to be in this method to do it. So you can make it bigger, zoom out, or zoom in, whatever you'd like. Personally, I like this page view, which is the never-ending scroll. And then one of the coolest parts about this is the audio. Now the audio, it's actually somebody who'll be reading the stories to you. Just so you know, when it gets to the end of the page, the audio will automatically stop. You'll have to scroll to the next page and then click audio again and keep going.
The 3 horizontal hatchboards that were on.
So it'll sound better when you do it, trust me. So it'll only play it for one page at a time, and then you'll have to press play on the next. And the ones down here, the rest of the buttons, we'll get to on a later date. All right, so now on to your first assignment with this story, The Rogue Wave, right? This is pronounced Rogue. All right, Rogue, just like the new Star Wars movie coming out, Rogue One, coming out in December. A rogue could be a noun, meaning a person who, does what he wants, or it can be an adjective describing something. In this instance, it's an adjective. This wave is rogue. So already you can make some guesses from this story, from the title of this story and this image here, about what this story is going to be about. There's a boat here, and there's a wave over here, and it's called Rogue Wave. It implies some danger. Already you can make some guesses that this is going to be a pretty turbulent story out on the ocean. Let's go ahead and read this background together. All right. It says, this adventure story features a cutter-rigged sailboat, which is what this is. Cutter-rigged boats are small sailing yachts, each with a single mast for the mainsail and smaller sails up front. Cutters are equipped with a cabin that usually includes a small kitchen called a galley. Author Theodore Taylor, pictured here, cool dude with a mustache, wrote many stories about self-reliant characters who face great challenges. His best-known book, The K, which was Mr. Masio's favorite book when he was in middle school, depicts the struggles of a young shipwrecked sailor. So we know that he's written at least 2 stories about ships and shipwrecks. So this one is also going to be about a boat as well. So go ahead and go over to My Dashboard. And on My Dashboard, in my assignments, I want you to do the first assignment, which is boat terms. Because this story takes place on a boat, you should probably get to know some terms that are going to be used about boats. So go ahead and go to your My Dashboard, and you're going to hit the Start button, which will take you to a web page that has a video to play. There'll also be a handout that you'll fill out that with this image on it. All right. And what I've done is I've covered up the names of each part of the boat here. All right. And only left the first letter. So as you watch that video, you'll have to fill out this worksheet that you have to complete this assignment. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep this with you. And in fact, I even say that in the instructions. If you notice here in the note, watch the video and fill out the boat terms handout. You will keep this handout with you as we read the story. When we are done with the story, you will turn it in for credit. So make sure you do not throw away this handout that you'll get with this picture on it. Make sure you keep that with you. And you're going to have that paper with you so you'll know, what they're talking about. Oh, they're talking about this part of the boat. They're talking about that part of the boat. Just a note, there are 3 parts of the boat that the video will point out that is not pointed out on here. One is what comes on the bottom of the boat, and the other one is what the 2 sides, left and right sides of the boat are called. But all the other parts will be mentioned in the video. You have to fill this out as you go.